Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, today I have two things for you. I'm going to show you another selling premium versus buy and hold investor case study with my recent JP Morgan trade. I think you're going to enjoy this because for a lot of you that are interested in the selling premium investment strategy where we use our shares to write covered calls or we use our cash to sell cash secure puts. And if you don't know either of those terms or what they are, don't worry. I'm going to give you a real quick primer on that when we get to that case study. But if you're interested in this strategy and wondering if it's successful compared to the standard buy and hold investor, well, I'm going to show you today how it can be very profitable. And the important thing to understand with selling premium is this: we actually have cash deposited into our accounts that we can use and spend. This is why retirees will commonly use covered calls on their shares so they can generate monthly income they can use in retirement. So this is very important to understand. We can use our shares to sell premium or write covered calls and collect cash up front that's spendable. And if you have bills or you want to live the good life, yeah, you could use that cash for that. That's what happens when you sell premium. Now, I'm also going to show you a DraftKings trade. It was a cash secure put trade that I did last week. Actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And all was good, right? I was trumpeting the fact that I did another DraftKings cash secure put, knocking it down, right? Well, now the trade has gone against me. And instead of just coiling up in the fetal position, I have to manage this trade. I have to step up and make the right decision as to what I want to do with this. So I'm going to show you that trade. We're going to talk about it. So maybe you learn something. And that's really the premise of my channel. I always want to share a little bit of my trading so you might pick up something here or there, add it to your game, and help you become more successful. Look, if there's anything that you're hearing that you like, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there and it's free. I come back every week. I show you timely and relevant covered call trades in the hopes that you learn something. If you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now, what I'm doing is this: I'm hitting $85,000 so far this year. And you know, if you've been watching my videos and have been a part of the channel, you know my goal was 55,000. So 2020, the disaster that has been 2020, financially for me with my selling premium portfolio has been off the charts good. And I'll tell you what, we still have a couple months left. I do this every single month, right? I always tell the story. Give me a little runway here. I love telling this story. I always tell the story that once you learn the selling premium strategy, you will feel as if you are leaving money on the table if you don't do a trade. That's right. When you're a buy and hold investor, you buy the stock and you may not look at it this week. You may not look at it next month. Hell, you may not even look at it till you get your quarterly statements. But when you learn how to sell premium or write covered calls against your shares, you know, you're just not going to let a month go by where you don't sell a covered call. Because when we give somebody the right, but not the obligation, to take our shares from us at a price we pick, for a time frame we pick, they pay us a per share premium. Those premiums, that's the cash I'm talking about, right? I mean, if I own a stock that's $100 and I give somebody the right to take my shares at 110 and give them 30 days and they pay me $5 per share for that right, well, that's $500 on 100 shares deposited into my account up front that I can spend right now. So if you've never heard of the selling premium strategy, go back to YouTube, search covered calls, search selling premium. Now, before I show you the case study, I want to remind everybody, if they want to go and check out my premium service, just go to cptdashboard.com, click upgraded CPT dashboard. Okay. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you an offer, right? I'm going to give you a 1 month free offer. Okay. You want to check that out. Now, look, I always love to add value to my members' game. And the case study is something that I do. See, I collect all this data, right? Every single one of my trades, I collect the data bits for which I can put into templates and spreadsheets to produce what I'm about to show you in this blog. Okay, so everything I do with my trading is put into spreadsheets. That's why I created a bunch of spreadsheets. I give them to you for free. They're on my website, CPT Dashboard. I don't ask you for nothing. I don't sell you nothing. You want to keep the numbers in front of you. So when you see my total tracker spreadsheet here in a moment, you're going to see the detail I put into all of my trades, so I can have all of the data bits so I can make good decisions. Okay, so if you want to go to my website to check out the free spreadsheets, make sure you get your free copies and check out the upgraded CTP dashboard as well. I think you're going to like it. Okay, so I'll lay the quick groundwork for this. This is a 200-day trade for me. Now, I'm going to qualify this by saying I still own my JP Morgan shares. I currently have a covered call on them. Now, in this example, I'm going to show you our shares will be sold at the price of 101.20. The reason I qualify that is this. Over the weekend, I was running some numbers on this JP Morgan trade, and I thought, I just want to do a case study right now, right here, right now. So that's what I did, all based on the shares being sold at 101.20. So just so you know that going in. So when I show you my numbers, it's all based on where I bought the stock and selling it at 101.20. The buy and hold investor bought the stock and where they sold it at 101.20. So all these numbers are meant to compare and contrast. I do not cherry pick the numbers. These are from my spreadsheets. This is what I made. This is what the buy and hold investor would have made. Now, at the end of the day, if you find value in this and you want to learn how to do what I do, again, go back to my website, cptdashboard.com, click on the upgraded CPT dashboard offer. Now, with that said, let's jump to this. So first of all, you can already see I messed up here. I got to go back and change that. This is a 200-day study, okay? Now, in the 200-day study, it's based on 500 shares. We both bought the shares at 95.30, me being the selling premium investor and they being the buy and hold investor. So we invested about $47,000. In this 200-day study, I have made $5,883 in covered call premiums. Okay, that's where I own the 500 shares. I decided to give somebody the right, but not the obligation, to take my shares from me. They paid me a per share premium. Now, over the past 200 days, those trades have finished where I have not had my shares taken away, whether I bought back the option early or the option expired worthless, meaning the stock did not hit my strike price. So here it is. Fast forward 200 days later. We're both selling our shares today at 101.20. This is what I would have made had this happen. I made $58.83 on the premiums. I would have made $34.20 on the stock sale, the stock appreciation. Okay? During that time, I collected a dividend of $450. In this 200-day case study, I have made $9,753 on this money invested. Okay, so that's my setup for what I have made. Let's go ahead and scroll down and see how this breaks down. Now, what I always love to say is selling premium puts food on the table. And what I mean by that is this: we sell premium, make money, I'm able to pay the bills, I'm able to eat, right? Because when I sell premium, I'm getting money deposited into the account. The buy and hold investor is not eating, right? They're holding the stock, they want that appreciation, and they're not selling. So their stock appreciation is pie in the sky until they sell, unless they've collected a dividend. So in this case, how much food did I put on the table? How much money did I put on the table during this 200-day period? And as you can see, with selling premium and dividends, I made $6,333. That breaks down to $1,111 a month. The buy and hold investor would have made one dividend, or $450. That's about $79 a month. So clearly the selling premium investor has an advantage here. Now the stock sale, well, we both bought the shares at 95.30. We both sold our shares at 101.20. The difference is 5.8% that I would not have collected had I sold an at the money strike. Now, the reason I make this distinction very clear, I put it in red, because not all the time are you going to buy the stock at 95.30 and then sell at 101 or sell at your strike price and out of the money strike. So in this case, that negative 580 is sort of a sort of a squishy number. I want to use that number to give credit to the buy and hold investor, for which that's the money they would have made. They would have made 5.8% versus me, the selling premium investor. Because in theory, I would have bought the shares at 95.30 and I potentially could have sold it at 95.30, 95 or 95.50 in an at the money covered call. So I want to give you a look-see as to what the buy and hold investor would have made versus what I probably wouldn't have made if I sold an at-the-money strike. So that's actually a decent little gain in 200 days for anyone. 5.8% in 20 days is a very nice trade. Now, as you can see, selling premium versus the buy and hold for 200 days has pocketed me $9,753 or 20.47% cash on cash, right? Remember we invested 47,000X? That 9753 represents 20+% in this 200-day window. I mean, that's absolutely off the chart. And if you look at the buy and hold investor, the buy and hold investor would have bought the shares and would have sold the shares. They would have made a stock gain of $29.50, making 6.19%, which is a very tidy gain as well. Now, the reason the final results and comparisons are higher for the buy and hold investor is because they collected a dividend as well. So in this case study, this 200-day case study, who's your winner? Well, it's clearly the selling premium investor. We have made 20.47% cash on cash in a 200-day period, whereas the buy and hold investor collecting a dividend made 7.9%. Now, 7.9% is still a very nice return when we're trying to beat the annual return of the S&P 500 that is around 8 to 9% annually. Hey, 7.9% in 200 days, that's a winning trade. So for anyone out there that's still sitting on the fence, or you're a little apprehensive, or to be honest with you, all your buddies, all your friends are telling you you're a little wacky for selling premium and not buying and holding, just know this is a strategy for which if you learn, if you get your experience, you do it, you'll have success, and you can make these kind of returns. I'm telling you, I am living proof of that. Now, one last thing before we get to that DraftKings trade. As you can see, I love to show a picture of where I bought the stock and where the stock's trading now. And as you can see, we both bought it at 95X. The stock has moved up and down. I'll be honest, I was just selling calls up and down. I was playing that trade, right? It would go higher. I'd sell a covered call. It would fall. I would buy it back, and we'd do it time and time again. That's what I love sharing with my premium members and sharing with you right here on the channel. That's why I want you to subscribe to the channel and bang that like button. I hope you like those case studies. I plan to do more and more of them because I just love breaking down the numbers. You know, time and time again, I get people saying to me, had you just held the shares? And I understand the criticism, right? But look, if you find something successful, something positive and successful in your life, look, keep doing it. Do not be swayed by the naysayers. Look, you're having success. Continue. Hell, double down if you're like me, right? Look, I do not apologize for my selling premium ways, and in fact, I am doubling down. I love using the selling premium strategy. Do it all the time. Now let's focus on this DraftKings trade. It's right here, as you can see. It's a cash secure put. Now on October 9th, which was about 11 days ago, I went ahead, and as DraftKings was trading around 49, it had fallen from the 60s. And the reason for that is because the NFL is just running into all kind of COVID issues. And to be honest with you, if you don't know what DraftKings is, it's a daily fantasy sports site. It's really moving towards a sports betting site. So it's one of the biggest, and quite frankly, it gets all the traffic. So DraftKings is a player in the sports betting market. Well, right now, it's very popular on Wall Street, and the stock rallied to some 63X. It fell back, and as it kept falling and falling and falling, some good news came out about some COVID things with the NFL. So I'm thinking, okay, this might be a time where it's going to rally, it's going to pop back higher. I can write a cash secure put down here, never be assigned the shares. I pocket that $2,500 crumb. Do you see that? $2,500 crumb for this cash secure put. Man, life was good. Well, now let me show you the charts because life is not good. We're going to need to use an exit strategy, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. Well, looking at the DraftKings chart, I want to show you, first of all, don't look at that 300% because I didn't get any of that, okay? DraftKings has absolutely ramped up. Cannot believe the success it's having. And it's obvious, right? Everybody's doing daily fantasy, and they're making real money. Well, the stock has been rallying, and as you can see, it rallied to that 63X that I talked about. And then it peeled back. Now, why did it peel back? I mentioned that the NFL had some COVID issues. I forgot to mention that they also had a secondary offering. Wall Street didn't like that because the secondary offering was lower than where the stock price was trading. And man, they sold that off. And sure enough, here's my opportunity for this cash secure put. Trading around 50X. I decided to rate a 49 cash secure put. Now, what this means is I'm going to put up the cash to buy somebody's shares. They can assign me their shares at 49. Okay. So with that said, if the stock falls below 49, that's their protection, right? They are not going to lose any more than $49 on this trade. So I'll be assigned the shares because that was the deal. I sold the cash secure put, basically telling the greater stock market, I'll buy your shares at 49. You're going to pay me. And if you remember, they paid me $5 per share for that contract. So I'm knocking it down if I do not think DraftKings is going to finish at 49 or lower. Well, as you can see, DraftKings is now getting kicked in the ribs, and I'm in a bad spot. So what do? So let's talk about a couple things right off the bat. Remember, I got paid $5 for this, okay? I got paid $5. The strike price is 49, and it's now trading at 42. Let's just say 43 to keep the number straight. So right now, 49 to 43 is $6. This option for which I got paid $5 is trading for at least $6. Do you see that? A lot of people don't understand what in the money means and in the money option means. Right now, I'm going to be assigned somebody's shares of 49. Well, it has fallen to 43. There is $6 of real money in this option. So my option is not $5 anymore. This thing's trading for around $8. $8. So if I want to buy this back, I'm going to pay $8. I got paid $5, so I am losing money. I'm losing money. Now, I gave this trade 30 days, so I still have time, right? This trade is not over. This thing could trade above 49. There's a lot of things that can happen here. But if I want to make a decision right now, I'm going to have to use an exit strategy, right? Because right now, if I'm assigned the shares at 43X, do the math, I will have lost thousands of dollars, right? Being put the shares at 49. Say I did this on 1,000 shares, I'm immediately down 6 G's. Well, if I buy the option back, that's a little different, right? I'm not down 6 G's anymore. Remember, the option is now trading at 8. I was paid 5, so I'm going to lose a total of 3 points. That'll still turn out to be substantial, and that's still a loss. But at the end of the day, it's not 6 G's, okay? It's very important. We can enter trades, and if we are not executed on, right, the trade does not go to expiration, we still have time to act on the trade. So I did some rough math here, and let's go ahead and walk through this trade. I know for a lot of you salty dogs, you already know what I'm going to do here. We're going to roll down, lose money, but we're going to then sell another cash secure put for a credit. Okay, so let me explain that. So we all know that this is the 49 strike. And now with the stock trading right here at 43X, you know I'm in the hole. I'm in the hole some 3 points. The reason for that is I got paid $5 for this trade. I got paid $5 for the original cash secure put. The current option's trading for $8. So if I elect to buy this back, meaning I got paid $5, I'm going to pay $8. I'm in the hole $3. So my real loss is $3. Okay. Now my obligation is over, but I want to continue this trade, right? I still think there's money to be made with DraftKings. The way I'm going to make this up now, to be honest with you, I'm not happy. I'm not happy that the trade has gone against me. And I hate the fact that my money, my $49,000 has been sitting dead and I've lost money in a stock market that's going higher, but we have to do something. Okay, I'm not sitting on my hands in the fetal position. We have to make a decision. We are going to do something right here, right now. So when I take this obligation off the board, this $49 obligation off the board, I am down 3 full points. Okay, now I have to make a decision. I'm going to roll down for another credit. So the idea here is this: I sold the original 49 cash secure put, and now the trade has gone against me. I buy it back, losing $3. I'm now going to roll down to this 43 strike. Okay, the stock's trading right around 43. That same 43 strike I can get $5 for the next 30 days. This is where I sell the 43 strike. I get paid $5 for that. Well, you can see the difference. On the first trade, I lose $3. On the next trade, I make $2. You see how that works? When we cross out the numbers, we end up with a $2 credit for this new trade. And I'll tell you, that gives us the flexibility to actually take a bad trade and turn it into a good one. Now, granted, I would have loved to have had this trade be profitable and hell, maybe not even be assigned the shares at 49. But look, I'm in the bad spot. I have to deal with it. And that's how I'm going to deal with this trade. So look, the real takeaway in this video is this. Number one, if you're interested in selling premium, but you're a little apprehensive, maybe you don't think you can make as much as the buy and hold investor, I'm here to tell you, you surely can. And if we enter a trade, are we stuck? Are we sitting on our hands? Not at all. If we're not at expiration or somebody hasn't executed the trade, we can still manage the trade. We can use an exit strategy. We can get out of the trade. We can do another trade and make it profitable. We do this all the time. Okay, I show people how to do this video after video. All I ask you to do is subscribe to the channel so you know when I do my next red hot cover call video, and bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And hey, if you're interested in anything we're doing over at the Upgraded CTP Dashboard Premium Member Service, I'll tell you what, man, my members get emails all the time where I talk about things like this. Every single day I send some communications trying to up their game. And you get access to all these babies. The Upgraded CTP Dashboard, man. In fact, that JP Morgan trade, I found it on my dividend dashboard when I was doing a covered call with dividend capture strategy, knocking it down. And I'll tell you, I'm happy I did that trade. Hey, look, go over to the website, cptdashboard.com. You have your one free offer waiting for you. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy. Most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.